everyone. My name is Karen Bly. I'm the executive director here at NOAA, and it's so nice to have you all this evening. We're joining. We have two representatives from Vispero joining us this evening, and I'm excited to give some details about our new program, the iPad and Technology Assistance Program, which is just an extension of our existing iPad Assistance Program. So we're excited to give you some details about the program, and then our partners with Vispero are going to describe some of the products that we have available through the program. But first, as we always do, we're going to start off with a welcome and a couple of slides here to just kind of get everyone in the room and in the mode for learning through NOAA Connections. So please review the gathering expectations. Of course, we want to be respectful. Language matters, of course, always. Make space for all voices. Keep discussions respectful. Assume good intent by everyone who's speaking. And please make sure that your Zoom name is matching the name, your name, so that we can address you appropriately. And of course, the host always has discretion. Of course, we're going to have a great discussion here this evening, a little bit different than a normal social call. So what I'm going to ask is if everyone could please mute their sound until we call upon you. We're going to have a time for question and answers at the end of the session. And if appropriate, raise your hand and we can call on you. Or if you'd like to ask a question throughout, we can also take those in the chat. I think Casey's going to be available and I can be available to address any questions in the chat throughout the workshop. So just let us know. Just a disclaimer here, the views and opinions shared during NOAA Connections calls are those of individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of NOAA. We value open dialogue and the diverse perspectives within our community. Next, just in case you missed it, we do have a link there to our NOAA Connections page online at albinism.org. And I wanted to give a shout out to a couple of things before we get started here this evening. We have some coming soon. Aging with Albinism, that group will meet host Mike Sykes at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on November 18th. That's next Tuesday. And the LGBTQ Plus and Allies group is going to meet on Monday, November 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have a research program coffee chat coming up on Monday, December 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern. The PWA Book Club is going to meet next on Monday, January 12th at 8 p.m. And they are currently reading Aftertaste. So if you're interested in joining the next book club discussion on January 12th, make sure you get that book and start reading. And then, of course, tonight, the Low Vision Technology Information Session with Vispero. We're going to learn more about that here this evening. NOAA's PWA Kids Book Club is meeting Tuesday, November 18th, and that'll be hosted by Caroline and Luna. And join them to discuss the book Wonder. I hear that's a really good book, so hopefully the kids will have a good time talking about that one. Another interesting one in the beginning of December, we have Everyday AI for people with vision loss, and that'll start at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is also hosted by Mike Sykes, and he is going to be joined by Dr. Ettore Guaya. And so I hope that you can join. That one is definitely going to be an interesting one. I think AI is definitely here to stay, people. So excited to have them hosting that call for us on Tuesday, December 9th. Just want to put a shout out that NOAACon 2026 is just around the corner. We're going to be in Columbus, Ohio, July 16th through the 19th, 2026. And a reminder that following tonight's program, we'll have a quick survey and it'll just automatically pop up in your web browser at the end of the call. Just a quick 3-question survey. If you could please take the time to complete that. All right. And then I'm going to jump right in here. As I said, we've got 2 representatives from Vispero joining us this evening. I'm going to start with Shelley Kluwer. She is joining us, and Joe McDaniel also joining us. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Go ahead, Shelley.
Hi, I'm Shelley Clure, marketing specialist here at Vispero. I started with the company in 2008 when it was Optelec. And so I've been here around quite a while. Really love working with these products and the community and everybody. So I'm really happy to be invited to speak here today. And thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. And Joe, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, hi. My name is Joe McDaniel, and I came to the company in 2010, 2 years later, but it wasn't when it was Optelec, it was when it was Freedom Scientific. And then a few years later, we merged, and that's when I met Shelley. Hi, Shelley. So I'm the Western Regional Director. I live out in California, and since 2010, I've been supporting the 10 states in the West, like California, Nevada, Washington, Arizona, Hawaii, certain states like that, Puerto Rico too, because I speak Spanish. And I just have had a really great time supporting Freedom Scientific products, Optelec products, and Enhanced Vision products for these almost 16 years. Thanks for having me here tonight.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like we've got some veterans with us this evening to help us with this program. And I guess first off, I'm going to reshare my screen here and let you get a little bit of information out about the program. NOAA has had an iPad technology, an iPad program since 2015, and we have expanded it to include technology assistance. And all right, everybody see that cute logo on an iPad and Technology Assistance Program for us?
Yep.
Since it began in 2015, it has been supported by the Parker Foundation, and NOAA's program offers people with albinism in the United States and Canada who do not have access to technology the opportunity to receive an iPad. So that program, over the years, I believe last year we were up to about 20 iPads distributed throughout the United States and Canada. So it's really grown over the years. And this year, with the continued support of the Parker Foundation, we've expanded the program in a collaborative effort with Vispero. We're very pleased to announce that we are now including different forms of technology. And so just a little bit of the program. As always, we have review criteria for such a program. We're offering a financial assistance. So we have an independent group that helps us review applications. And we review applications based on an applicant's access to technology, the personal statement of need and intended use, a past history of iPad or technology support from NOAA. So anyone who's received assistance from NOAA with an iPad in the past 3 years, unfortunately, will not be eligible for this program this year. However, first-time applicants will be given priority over anyone who's received an assistance in the past. So the financial need is part of the review criteria, not the total need of the review criteria. Also, with this program, we are actually making a recommendation from an applicant's vision professional. Not required, but strongly encouraged, and I'll kind of explain that why here in just a minute. Just to give a little bit of the assistance details, we're going to offer full funding for the devices we list that are $500 or less. We will offer partial funding for devices exceeding $500. And with these, there will come limited instruction. As always, with the iPad, it was very limited instruction. So we encourage you to work with your vision professional to identify and master the device that best suits your individual needs. And just so you all know, Vispero is the global leader in assistive technology and accessibility. So I'm really excited to have the group from Vispero here to join us this evening. And I'm going to switch over now. They have a slide deck, and I'm going to let you begin your slides. If I can get to them. All right. All right.
Thank you, Karen. We're going to talk about low vision technology specifically and how it can enhance independence for people with low vision.
There we go. You want to go to the next or?
Yeah. We did introduce ourselves. Skip that one. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah. So today's webinar goals, hopefully after we speak today, you'll have a good overview of our low vision technology. There's a screen up right now that has 6 different devices on it. One's the Ruby, the little small one on the left. The next one below that is the Ruby XL HD. Then the one to the right on the top is the Ruby 10. Oh, I'm sorry, and the Ruby 7 is at the bottom. I forgot that one. And right next to that, below the Ruby 10, on the right in the middle, it's the Optelec Compact HD, Compact 10. And below that is the Smart Reader HD. So all of these products magnify, but the 3 on the right, those also do what we call text to speech or OCR. And if you're not familiar with OCR, that's optical character recognition, where you can just put the document down and push a button and it will read to you. Next slide.
Ruby is one of our first Ruby devices, portable low vision device. It's the smallest one that we have. It has a 4.3-inch monitor and magnifies in a range from 2 times magnification up to 14 times magnification. It also has the contrast color modes so that you can set the device for the contrast that's most comfortable for your vision and change it as you're changing your activities and doing different things. It's very small and lightweight. It only weighs 7.7 ounces and has a little flip out handle. This makes it really easy to take on the go if you're at a restaurant, at the grocery store, different things like that. So this is a really good, just handy one to have around the house. And it does have a 2-hour battery life, and then it's rechargeable. It does come with everything that's shown on the top left-hand side of this screen. So it comes with the carrying case and the chargers and the cleaning cloth and a wrist lanyard so that you can keep it secure while you're taking it out and about.
Another great thing about Shelly's the batteries. They are rechargeable, but guess what? If you're somewhere where you need to have more than the 2-hour battery life, like say 4 hours, you can take these rechargeables out and put copper tops in and use those on the fly. You just open up right there. It's that easy.
Are those AA batteries?
Yes, they are.
Makes it super easy. Change it out really quickly.
Actually, they're AAA. They're triple.
Oh, AAA. Okay,
Yeah.
AAA. Sorry. Next slide, Karen.
Now, this is my favorite and probably our most popular. This is called the Ruby XL HD. It's a little bit bigger than the Ruby that we just talked about. And the wonderful thing about this is that it's so easy, it's so portable. I'm going to show you it right here. Here it is right here. It's super small. It's got a 5-inch screen, so you have a lot of real estate there. And the way it is, it's inclined. So when you're doing magnification, it goes from 2x to 14x, and it sits flat on the table, so you don't have to lean over and look. It's actually sitting flat on the table, and you could be sitting back on your chair, and the screen is facing you, so you don't have to lean over. It's very, very, very handy that way. I love this product because it also has a handle like the Ruby we showed before. So I can actually just, when I'm at the store, I can change the color mode. Let's say it has 20 different color modes, so I can change those color modes. And I can actually go and point this up at the prices in the store. And I can take a picture of it, and then I can magnify that. So this Ruby right here with the flip out handle is super handy when you're in a restaurant to read the menu, when you're in a store, when you want to see the prices. It's super light. It weighs less than a pound. It's about 10.5 ounces. You can even like take pictures of business cards or other information and save up to 80 different images in the in the unit. Its battery life is 3 hours at continuous use. It doesn't have the batteries you can take out because this is like a cell phone. You charge it and it's going to be good for 3 continuous straight hours. So this is the Ruby XLHD. It's really popular with veterans. When a veteran, for example, goes to the are always dispense this. So this is a very this is our most popular product, Shelley, wouldn't you say?
It is. It's very handy.
Again, this is the Ruby XLHD. I love it. Everyone loves it. It's probably the most famous low vision handheld magnifier on the market. Next slide.
Our Ruby 7 HD, slightly larger device with a 7-inch monitor. Because it is larger, it does have a wider range of magnification. And this one will range from 2x up to 24x. You still have the 20 color contrast modes for high contrast situations for reading, and just making sure you can see all the details. The built-in reading stand, which puts the monitor at an angle. So again, it sits flat on the page, but the device is slight angle, so it's very ergonomic for reading. It does not have a fold-out handle. So this one, you would either hold it or set it up on its reading stand. This one you can save up to 100 images, and it also has the same 3-hour battery life. The one that makes this significantly different than the other two portable devices we've already talked about is the pivot camera at the top, which allows you to do distance viewing and self-viewing. So you can see yourself for grooming needs, or you can point it, like if you're at a Starbucks or a McDonald's or something that has a menu that's slightly far away, you can point it at that menu and magnify what's on it. It's still very lightweight. It's only 18 ounces as well, so a little over a pound. But it's also easy to take with you. It does come with a carrying case as well for if you take it out and about.
I'm actually moving the pivot camera right now with my hand. It's on the very top here. And like Shelley said, you can see far off distance, or you could also zoom in on yourself and do your makeup. A man can shave, you can comb your hair and things like that. And there's also another feature this has is after I take a picture, there's a panning feature. So if I take a picture and I make it bigger, I can pan with this little button on the left-hand side of the unit. I'm touching it right now, and you can actually pan through the picture. So besides having this great pivot camera, it also has what we call panning capability to once you've taken a picture, see every part of the whole picture, just in case you want to see everything. Are we done this one, Shelley?
Yes.
Okay, this is my favorite Ruby. This is the Ruby 10. The Ruby 10 has all the same features as the smaller units, but they're a lot more robust. For example, the screen, look at it, it's a 10-inch screen. It's a lot bigger. The magnification will go from 24 to 2x to 24x. The different color modes, there's 72 different color modes. So if you think that violet on black or yellow on green, all the color combinations are there, so you can pick whichever one fits your needs the best. It's a little heavier at 2 pounds, but still very manageable and easy to take around. This one, you can save up to 400 images, and the battery life is 3.5 hours on this one too. Again, that's at full continuous use. The great thing about this is it has a very great feature called the swing arm. I'm going to open that right now, and this is actually another camera. So after I open this like this, I put a document to the right of it, and I can capture a full 8.5 by 11 document. I push one button, it's going to read me that document. So this is what I mentioned before, the OCR, the optical character recognition or text to speech. This product, you can just open up a piece of mail, put it down, push the button, and it's going to actually read it to you. You can speed that up, you can slow that down. You can actually make it the different color contrast that looks best for you. So again, you can take an image up to 400 at a time, scan them in, and have them read to you. So it's very, very handy and great to have at home. Again, there's 3 different cameras. You can do the self view, you can do document view, you can do full page camera. So that's putting the document right next to the device.
Actually, that one doesn't have the self view. It has the distance.
That's right. I'm sorry. So with distance, you wouldn't be using the swing arm like that. You'd have it closed, and you'd be like facing this towards like the menu at Starbucks or McDonald's or reading the bus schedule at a bus stop or something like that. So that's with the long distance how you could have it in this position. Again, this is the Ruby. Are there anything else on this one, Shelley?
The one that I like about that one is that it has the tactile buttons, the color-coded, high contrast, tactile buttons. So, so for changing magnification, for taking your picture, for changing the color contrast modes and accessing the menus, they're all tactile buttons.
Low battery, please connect the power adapter.
Sorry about that. That's another one of the devices that I'll be showing you in a moment. Sorry, it's decided to talk to us.
Well, it's got a low battery, so I guess we have to hurry. Okay.
This also has a thing called dynamic contrast, where it really helps you see images. Like sometimes when you're looking at magazines and with a magnifier, some of the colors are just too much alike, but this has a special only to us software where it really helps with the distinguishing the words and seeing things, especially when there's different colors and they're very closely matched. So again, this has software called dynamic contrast, which really makes this a great product.
Yes. It's nice.
Next slide.
Joe just showed the Ruby 10, and this is the Compact 10. They're very similar devices. This one has, again, the 10-inch monitor, and this one does continuous zoom from 0.5 up to 22. So if you don't necessarily need as much magnification, depending on your vision, if you don't necessarily need magnification, but you need the contrast colors or the text to speech, this one's a really great because it starts so low. You can actually zoom out more on it. Again, the text to speech version has 34 different languages and 55 voices, male and female. So whatever you're most comfortable listening to, depending on, you know, how you hear the best. And then the nice thing about this one too, especially if you're in school or work and you don't necessarily want to bring as much attention to yourself using devices, this one is touch screen and looks like a tablet. So it's a little bit more discreet depending on where you are. It still has the swing out camera and the OCR and the contrast and the magnification and everything that you need, but in a more discreet design. Again, there's no tactile buttons. It is completely touchscreen monitor. So Joe's holding it up. It just looks like an iPad, and then it has the fold out camera.
Very similar to the Ruby 10, but the Ruby 10 has both touchscreen and tactile buttons.
No, the Ruby 10 is just tactile buttons.
Sorry.
Joe, you're our expert, Joe. All right, we'll go to the next one.
Okay, the next one. This is the most exciting one. This is called the Smart Reader. And a lot of people think it's just a scanner. It's got a very beautiful, easy to use design with a handle on it. It's a scan to read product. So you can put a document down, push the button, within seconds, it's going to be reading the document. It also does languages, just like the Ruby and the Optelec Compact 10. It doesn't translate to English, but if there's a language in there that like Spanish or Russian or German, when you put the documents down, it will read that language. Even with Spanish, You can choose between Castilian Spanish and Latin American Spanish from South America, Mexico, or this part of the hemisphere. So it has a great capabilities. You can also change the voice on it from male to female. It weighs about 4 pounds, and it's not that big. It's about 9 inches by 9 inches. It's super easy to carry around. And this battery is for 8 hours. So you heard it talking before. It lets you know if it's getting low and you just need to plug it in. But you could virtually be sitting in a park with a document during your 8 hours of continuous use and scan in a book or scan in different information and have it read back to you. It also has an optional carrying case and a console. So if you might have some issues with getting closer to the unit, you can actually have it in your lap like a remote control. So you can control it 2 different ways, by touching the device or by touching the remote control. This is a great product to listen to books on. You can just put a book down and it'll read it to you. But the most exciting thing is in this slide here, you can actually see it can connect to a monitor. So then it can become a magnifier. I can scan in things and then magnify them and move them around. So it's very handy to be able to scan and read and then archive, save these documents and bring them up later and see them again. This is a really easy and fun way to use the device. The buttons, by starting it, there's one on the left and the right, one on the right, in case you're left-handed or right-handed. They're orange and they're on the very top part and they're very tactile. They're very easy to spot. Then we have these other buttons on here that do things like will pause your speech or fast forward a word, fast forward a whole sentence, fast forward a paragraph, or go back a word, go back a sentence, or go back a paragraph. They're very easy to use. This is a great device. And I remember when this device first came out, one of my clients in California, Stevie Wonder, bought a bunch of these because he really loves this product, and he actually gave them out to some of his friends that really are into technology and wanted something that could quickly read and identify documents for them. So again, this is the Smart Reader, and it's by Enhanced Vision, our Enhanced Vision line, and we're just tickled pink about this product. We love the Smart Reader by Enhanced Vision. Anything else you want to say about the Smart Reader, Shelley?
No, one nice part about it too is that you can export and import files. So you have your OCR storage of up to 1,000 full page scans. You can then export them to your desktop computer, or if you have files like text files and different things on your computer, you can put them on like a flash drive and stick them in the device and then access those and have them read to you. So it's a nice.
Really easy. On the side here, we have a button that makes it louder. It's like a wheel. You can turn that, and then also on this other side, there's a picture of a snail and a picture of a rabbit. So if you want it to read fast, and just have it run really fast, like when you have JAWS, the software running really fast, for example, you can actually just push the wheel towards the rabbit side, and it will make it faster. So this has got so many great different ways to use it. It's a very great product. And just by turning it off, all you just close that right there.
Powering down.
And then it's going to explode. No, just kidding. So moving on. So we're looking at a page now that says adaptive equipment around the home. So there's some great scenarios here. For the first picture on the right, it shows somebody using the Ruby to see the temperature of the thermostat. I mean, how great is that? Because it's so small anyway. So the person's just has the Ruby opened up with a handle and is reading that it's 78 degrees. That's kind of a good temperature to have inside. Also, we have a person below that picture on the bottom right, and there he's actually he's magnifying the instructions of a manual. And you know, when you're trying to build a couch or work on something that it comes with a manual, that writing is always really small. So they're using the Ruby XL HD, which is another great product. They have the handle open and they're just magnifying. Again, they can change the color contrast. They can take a picture of it and then even make it bigger and walk around and carry it and show somebody else. So again, they're using that as a great way to use it around the home. The picture to the left of it looks like hobbies. This person's collecting cars and they're zooming in on some cool collectible NASCARs and looking at the stickers and maybe capturing an image, and they can save that image and they can actually download that image to their computer and send that to a friend. So the Ruby has that capability. And the picture on the far left, it looks like somebody's reviewing some pictures, some photos. They can review bank statements. They can look at letters. That's the Ruby 7. It's in the inclined position, and you just put the documents right behind the unit, and it's going to have a great picture. You can magnify and change the color contrast too. So those are just some different ways that we can use all these products we just showed you around the house. Next slide.
The other great thing about these products is it makes cooking accessible for people with low vision. This way for magnifying recipes, the ingredients, instructions, nutrition facts, the different temperatures or different things like on your cooking, like the stove or a toaster, or different things. You can adjust the settings as needed. They're all very small print, not always high contrast. And so it's really nice to have a device that's small, portable, can take around with you, doesn't take up a lot of space, isn't cumbersome, and you can have it available to make things accessible around the home and get back to doing all the things you want to be doing safely.
That next slide, Shelley.
Oh yes, next slide.
And also at home or work, these products are great. The bottom left shows a gentleman in an office. Wow, he's got both the looks like the Ruby 10 and the smart reader next to him, and he's smiling because he just read a whole document and he just scanned in a document, something his boss wanted him to do, and I think he's already done it. So he's super excited because he's got some free time now. So he's obviously enjoying using the smart reader right there. And then just to the right there's the Compact 10. And we'll ask the questions in a moment, okay? And here's the Compact 10. And again, you can use it as a writing stand. So this is a great picture that's showing how they opened up the swing arm, the extra camera, and they put the document to the right of the device. And now they're like filling out a form, or they're filling out they're writing something. They can sign a check or make signatures or do legal papers and things like that. So it's just, look how hands-free it looks. It's very easy. That's both. You can do that in both the Compact 10 and the Ruby 10. Both of those devices have that. And then to the right, it looks like two coworkers are in a conference room, and it's also showing how the person up on the at the board is pointing out something, and he's actually using the Ruby 10 to magnify. He's just holding it right there. So like I mentioned before, you could be at Starbucks or McDonald's and ordering stuff, but look at, he's using it in a work scenario there. So again, these things are great for work or home. On the top right looks like someone's doing their homework, and they've got their textbook out there, and then they're writing, and they're able to magnify. It looks like this guy's changed the color context to black on white, or black on yellow, or yellow on black, sorry. Again, the Ruby 7 has so many different color contrasts you can change too. Next slide.
And we've been talking about how portable and easy to use these are, and some might be thinking that optical magnification does the same thing. Those are also portable and easy to use, and that's true. There's definitely a need for optical magnifiers that can fit in your purse or pocket. You can just kind of have them around your home. the problem with the optical magnifiers and why electronic magnification is such a great option is that they only have one level of magnification. So the fixed magnification doesn't work as well if your vision changes throughout the day, or you need different magnification depending on the activity that you're doing. The electronic magnification makes it really great to adjust the magnification, to adjust the contrast. And so if your vision changes throughout the day or your vision is changing over your lifetime, the electronic magnification does grow with you and changes with your needs. So that is the difference between just a standard optical magnifier, which is really helpful, but the electronic magnification will be more adjustable for you. And I'm sure we have a few questions, and we're very happy to provide some answers.
All right, I think you had one more slide in here.
This is the products that are available that we've talked about and their product number as a reference.
Just for the viewers' reference too, this is all of these product numbers are also available on the NOAA website, and I'll be giving information for that shortly. So you can take a screenshot right now if you'd like, but I'm also going to give you a opportunity to get to the website too. So
Karen, you're slightly echoey. It might be because you're on your other device. You might want to just mute yourself on one of them.
okay,
Or there you go.
here we
Just
go.
and let me know if I can help with any other questions or anything.
Also, Shelly, our YouTube channels have great demos. Just go to YouTube and put in like the Ruby from Freedom Scientific, and you'll see all kinds of great videos on every one of these products. They're like 2 or 3 minutes long, and they're great.
Mm-hmm. We also have our webinars on demand page on the Freedom Scientific site. We've done quite a few in-depth training webinars on these products, and we can provide links to those if you want to review them. And we can always arrange for more in-depth training as needed as well.
So one of the things I wanted to highlight, of course, we do have those resources. Thank you for sharing those prior. We will follow up. Anyone who had signed up for this specific demonstration will also be receiving those resources in a follow-up email. So wanted to kind of give them the in person, and then we'll send them to the YouTube channel for the really excellent resources available from Vispero. So there are a few questions here in the chat. I have someone who's asking if these could be shipped to Iraq.
We do have an international dealer, so you would just need to contact our office or go on to the freedomscientific.com website and look for a dealer in your area. And that way you can get connected to the correct person. But if you reach out to Joe or I
we can help you
at the beginning of the presentation, but we can always provide them again, and we are happy to answer any questions and get you to the right person.
Okay. Similar question for Canada. Scott would like to go somewhere to see one of these. So it's not similar just to reach out to a dealer and hopefully be able to connect in person and within a geographic location that is closer than where we are tonight.
We do have a Canada office. Where's in Montreal?
I think it's in Montreal, because all the people I've met are French.
So then we would connect you with our Canada office, and from there they would be able to get you to somebody local.
Excellent. Erica, I see your hand up. Do you want to just unmute and ask your question?
Yes. Okay. I'm a teacher, and I just got a new manual this year to use to teach phonics with. And the print is very small. They don't have a digital copy of it. And I need to know which device would be good that I could because I teach multiple sessions in different parts of the book each day. what would be the best device that I could use to maybe scan the page and then I could read it from that device or whatever?
Probably the smart reader,
Yeah.
scanning the pages, and then you can either have them read back to you or you can follow along as they're read on a larger monitor, because you said the text was very small. You can easily connect it to a monitor and then follow along as it's being read, or just then magnify it to a higher magnification level. And
Yeah, I
Okay.
think a monitor in the classroom situation would be great for a monitor to be hooked up to the smart reader. I agree, Shelley.
Okay. So there's not one that I can just read from the screen itself on the device?
if you want to be able to just read from the screen on the device, probably the Ruby 10, because you can pull that swing out arm and you'll be able to see the entire page on the monitor at that one time. And
Okay.
then see where you want to start reading.
Okay.
And it has a touch screen, so you can magnify kind of like with your phone, kind of like a smartphone.
Yes, that's what I
With your
need.
fingers. With your
Okay.
fingers.
Okay, that would be perfect. Okay,
The
thank
Ruby
you.
10 then probably.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. We had someone comment that this is something that they could utilize. That's good. We did have a comment, Zippy D. If you could let me know which one you were interested in, maybe we could have a brief display. Was there one specific you were interested in seeing work in real time? Go ahead and unmute. No? Okay. Okay.
Yes, I'll review that. You'll send the email to see the links.
Yeah, I know we have done an in-depth webinar.
So I guess I'll review it and we'll then see.
Okay. I've got a little bit more information here on my end. I don't see any other questions. Oh,
Angel
no,
has a
Angel,
question.
you have a question. Go ahead and unmute.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a daughter who is going into transitioning from elementary school this year into junior high school, and she currently has been using a Jupiter, which is very large and cumbersome. And I'm trying to have her have a device that would help her be more compact and fit in more, be able to read. And I know the school said that they're all digital next year, which is kind of concerning to me because they said some of the programs they can't blow up. And I was just wondering, what kind of technology do you think would be best to suit her needs in school and then possibly also at home, because I don't have anything at home because the text now is getting smaller and smaller and she can't see it, and I'm having to use my smartphone and blow it up, and it's just not working well.
Yeah, for that situation, we would recommend the Compact 10, the Optelec Compact 10, and the one with speech. So the Optelec Compact 10 with speech, that is the one that doesn't have the tactile buttons. It looks like a tablet, so it's just the black and white, so it's not the multicolor tactile buttons exactly. So it wouldn't stand out as much as assistive technology or anything different than their peers are currently using. So for her needs, plus it has the wide range of magnification, the contrast colors, the text to speech. It has all the things she's going to need right in one device.
Okay, what was the name of it again? I'm sorry.
Angel?
What was the name of it again? I'm sorry.
It's Compact 10.
Compact 10. Okay, thank you.
But the good thing about the Jupiter you have is that has the long distance for the classroom. So they can zoom in on what's going on the board and stuff like that. So you don't want to, I know that is kind of big and cumbersome, but I guess
that it's blurry for me.
Well, here, you tell them.
It's very blurry for me.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like it has very much trouble visualizing things. It won't focus.
Hmm.
Is there a problem with it maybe? Did it always do it?
I've had it since first grade.
Oh, well, maybe that's.
Maybe the lens needs to be cleaned. I know I can take a business card, tape it on a wall, and in a giant in an auditorium in a school, you could zoom across the room and read the business card. So the thing about the Jupiter,
That's really good.
that has a really good focus, and so maybe it might be something wrong. How long have you
Well,
had that since?
well,
She
remember
said first grade.
when you turn it to distance, you have to take the near lens off because it has a near lens that pops down when you're doing it in distance.
Do you know what they're talking about?
Yeah, but I didn't know you're supposed to pull that down.
You
Yeah,
just kind of pull it open. It kind of like stays open, you know, like it's like a shut.
Well, I
You
know
know,
I've done it before. People keep messing with me and taking it off.
oh.
oh.
Yeah, when you have that extra lens on, it's for near. And then when you turn the lens to face the board, like the whiteboard or something, you just need to pop that little lens down and then it'll just hang loose while you're doing distance.
Okay.
I know the concern was when we did the meeting with for the IEP with the middle school that they're all digital, so most of their time is just spent on screens, which with nystagmus that causes a lot of eye fatigue and other things. So we were
Definitely.
just trying to look at different options, and they said they don't even have the option to print out papers or anything, like how they do in elementary. So
For if they can put the digital files onto like a USB drive, and then you can always download them into the Compact 10, and then you can use
okay.
phones as well and listen to them being read. So you have a few options there as well.
Do you think they'd be able to do something like that if because they're using a new program countywide? So I don't know if it's like proprietary or does that change because she needs it or you don't know?
I don't know. I'm sorry. For that I don't know.
But that's a good idea. I can give them that option as an idea because we're kind of trying to brainstorm it and we really didn't get anywhere because the elementary school is like, you absolutely are going to need to print this out. Like she needs it in really big font. And they're like, well, we just don't have a way to do that. I'm just like, okay, I don't know what we're doing. So
I do see one other question in here, and I'm gonna share my screen again because I have that answer. How much do these cost? So you're on the call tonight to get information about the program. One more piece of the puzzle here is the price of things for Noah. So I'm gonna maybe if it comes up. All right, so in addition to our regular iPads, which will still remain in the program, you see the other 6 devices that were shown this evening, the Ruby XL HD, Ruby 7 HD, the Ruby 10 Speech, the Compact 10 Speech, and the Smart Reader HD. Now, just for this program, these are the costs to the applicants and those receiving the grants for this program. That you would have Noah would cover part, and you would cover $1,100 for the Ruby 10, $1,000 for the Compact 10 Speech, $1,400 for the Smart Reader HD, and then the iPad and the Ruby would both be covered by the program. So those two are at no cost to the recipient. The Ruby XL HD would only be $300, and the Ruby 7 would be $450. I don't have it right here in front of me, the actual retail value of all of these, but if you've been shopping for one of these devices, you know these prices are a discount.
They are. They are.
I think
Definitely.
we received very good pricing through Vispero, and we were able to combine that with the support from Parker Hannifin Foundation. So those are the prices that you would expect to pay with the program. Outside of this program, for many of these, at least $500 or more than the pricing listed here. Some of it about $1,000 more than the pricing listing here. Some of it a little more than that. Again, these are the prices that we were able to negotiate. And so if you don't have a screenshot of it yet, I'll give you a couple more seconds to get that. Again, if you heard something tonight that was interesting, if you saw something use that you've had a challenge with, that you may want to look at one of these devices, I strongly encourage you to apply for the grant, for the assistance. Again, back to some of the requirements and review criteria for the grant would be to work with your vision professional. And I know that, that may mean your TVI, that may mean your eye doctor, that may be your low vision therapist, that may be someone different for every person. If it's in a school setting, that's hopefully easier. You have someone that comes and works with your child. If you're an adult, that may be a trip to an eye care professional. So again, and even as was mentioned here tonight, Vispero has locations all over, and there is on the website, Shelley or Joe, they would be able to put in where they're located and find a location near them, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's
One of our local distributors, yes.
Excellent. So this QR code is actually for the application. This is the revised application for the iPad and technology assistance. And if you've ever applied for the iPad program before, you'll notice a few different questions to help us get to the correct device that you're looking for. If you have any program specific questions, I put up the technology@albinism.org email. Also, if you have questions for Shelley or Joe, you can send it to that email and we can forward any questions on to them for product specific questions. I guess I didn't cover this. As always, if you're applying and would like to receive an iPad, the iPad program has always been you indicate what your desired use for is the iPad, and NOAA helps get you the right model. So there isn't a specific model that we award for the iPad. We actually fit the model to the needs of the applicant. All of the other devices, we will work with you to get the device you're looking for. I don't know. Is there any other question? We got about 4 minutes left here. I'll.
Did you get to Matt's question, Karen? The most recent in the chat?
Nope.
Do you see it, or I can read it?
Go ahead and read it, Case.
Matt said, if we don't qualify for NOAA's assistance, can we still get the discounted price you negotiated?
Unfortunately, no. This is limited funding that NOAA has for this program, so that's why there is an application process for those prices. Because we're actually covering part of the cost for the equipment for you.
And then we're just getting a lot of people saying thanks in the chat as well.
Thanks for having us tonight. This has been really fun.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. We're getting a lot of thank yous in the chat. Thank you all for coming.
Yes, thank you all. Again, thank you, Shelley and Joe, for all of the information this evening. Again, for the community, we did record this evening, so it will be available on NOAA's YouTube channel, this specific recording. And as I said, we're going to prepare an email for follow-up with all of the resources and links that were provided by Vispero, including a link back to this for your reference. So if anyone has any last question, we got about 2 minutes left here for any questions or comments. All right. Well, this was lovely. Thank you both. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful
Thank you, everyone.